What is going on, people of YouTube? My name is Kurt. Welcome back to episode number 4 of the Review Your Team series. And in the last episode I asked you whether you want me to move it to 2 teams per episode, and the answer was yes. We are going to do 2 teams today. There's such a backlog on Twitter from everyone sending me their photos. I need to get through them by the start of the season to start off my my series, which is the previews, the reviews, and currently predict, also joining the series to flow around the year and around the 9 months of this Premier League season. And today we've got 2 teams. Also, one other thing, if you want to join the head-to-head league, instead of putting hashtag H2H in the comments, send me an email on my About page on YouTube. There should be a for business inquiries. You just do all that jibber jabber and you can get my email address. You can send me an email and that way I can just reply to you there, giving you the code, keeping it secretive and everything, you know, for reasons that I want to keep the league as active people only. And so yeah, now we're doing 2 teams. I can't afford to jibber jabber on, so let's jump straight into this guy's team. He's got Courtois and Krul in goal. Now, something I don't see much on Fantasy Premier League on anyone's teams is the 2 goalie change. Now, I obviously go with safety and safety, and usually it's like your first goalkeeper and then just the 4 million keeper to make up the numbers. However, this person, Cyrus, by the way, has gone with Courtois and Krul. Now, Courtois, we've done it before. I don't know if we have done before, but if we have, then you know he's a 5-star, and if you haven't, he's a 5-star player. Krul I'm putting down as 3 stars, simply because 4.5 million is pretty good for a keeper. I mean, look at the 4.5 million pound goalkeepers. You've got Speroni and Guzan in front of him. That's just about it. But it would be higher, you know. But under new management. Obviously, hopefully, it will be better than John Carver. I don't think he can get much worse, although he was the best best coach in the Premier League. But he had a decent record before for points per game. This season really was quite poor from him, but he'll be hoping for a good season this season, and I believe he can give it to you for £4.5 million, 3-star, easy rating. Moving on to the defence, we've got Koscielny, Morgan, Font, Basong, and Baker. First time ever, all 7 of the back 7 have been new. I haven't got any of these in my team. Now I might do after this, you never know. I might change my team around. Everyone's going to change their team around before the start of the season. But Koscielny is a 4-star player. £6 million. You look at the points. You know, Arsenal didn't really have the best season for clean sheets. I mean, they still got 11 with Koscielny playing, but you up his play time, you give him the extra 60 points or so for the extra 1,000 or so minutes he's going to play, then you bump up to 180. That easily puts him up on the Ivanovic's sort of level, so that's immediately a good signing. However, Arsenal are always, I'd say, poor from picking up points in their defence and also keeping clean sheets. You look at Ivanovic has had a much better season, and Koscielny would have also picked up his points from playing like 60 minutes or plus. But you know, 11 clean sheets. He had a good record. 19 goals conceded from him, but it's just the goals conceded. They need to cut that out. That's why he's 4-star rating. Morgan, I don't think we've had him yet, but he has a 3-star rating. £4.5 million gets you Leicester City's captain, and 3-star because under Ranieri they have looked a bit wobbly in pre-season, I'm not going to lie, but 3-star I think evens out, because £4.5 million plus a wobbly team, wobbly pre-season, I think that's just about fair. Jose Font had a fantastic season under Southampton, possibly their best player of last season, along the lines of a few others as well, with Klein and Schneiderlin. Also, he got in the EA Team of the Season, got a Team of the Season card, A1 rated, haven't used it because it's got no pace, not going to lie. And £5.5 million for me gets you 3.5, because I just feel like that was a very good season. It'll be incredibly tough to emulate it, especially with Schneiderlin and Klein both leaving, possibly more to come. I mean, they did lose a lot of players on the season. They did well last season. They also brought the players back in. But I just feel like it's too big of a task to emulate it again. If they do, then credit to them. They need to be taken seriously. But for me, I feel like that's a 3.5 star, easily a fair result. Basong, Norwich City player. He's had a lot of experience in the Premier League before, former Tottenham player too. Didn't really get much playing time under Tottenham, as you can see. Last 2 seasons he spent in White Hart Lane didn't really get many good games. I mean, that's sort of an underlying thing. You get that 27, that's easily, into 70s of goals conceded. Not very good at all. But I feel like he's coming in. Norwich City are going to be a tough team to beat. I feel like under Alex Neil as their manager, and the signings they are making. I mean, look at the players they've got in the team, and that's Newcastle. Whoops. You look at the signings they are making. They've got quite a few decent players in there. They need to maybe bulk up numbers on the defence. But Basson gets you 3 stars, and let's just skip Baker because he's a 2-star player. Onto midfield now. One player, finally, he's got a player that I have. Henderson, Atsu, Fabregas, Ozil and Depay. Henderson, £7 million, easy, 4 stars. We've done that before. Atsu, £5.5 million, ex-Chelsea and Everton loanee. He gets you 3.5 stars because I feel like for £5.5 million he could be good, but the relegated teams will struggle to attack, and he might feel like he might struggle to get it with the teams he's playing against, and obviously attacking the big defenders. And you got Fabregas, who for me is the first 4.5 star player we have, and because he's not quite 5-star for me, but he is a very good player and something you should definitely consider. Then we got Mesut Özil, £8.5 million, gets you 4-star. I took a risk on that simply because I feel like he was down here, 103 points, but playing time was an issue for him. You can maybe get at least half those points. 150 takes you up quite high, where you'd expect Ozil to be averaging. And £8.5 million is quite a decent price from this season. It could be quite a steal though. And lastly, Depay, I'm sticking my rating of 3-star because I still feel like coming from the lower leagues, he had a good pre-season so far, and coming from like the Eredivisie, he's going to find it hard in the Premier League, and that's just a gut instinct that I'm going with from now. And finally, the front three, he has Rooney, which is the first inclusion of him, Costa and Deeney, almost completing the triplet that I am calling the Curtio triplet. I'm going to hashtag it on Twitter and everything. But Rooney gets you a 4-star rating. I'm looking at the wrong one. He does get you a 4-star rating, but I started to think I rated Costa as a 4-star player too. But Rooney gets you 4 stars. £10.5 million is a big price for Wayne Rooney. If you put it on price and you look at it like that, Costa, £11 million, gives you 150 in just over 2,000 minutes. Rooney, it's 132. Costa's easily breezing past him. You look at players below him. You got to look at Sturridge, although you can't really count Sturridge. He had quite a poor season with injuries. But then below him, you've got Kane. Fantastic season. I don't feel like he'll still get you points nonetheless. That's why he's 4-star. I think £10.5 million is a bit too expensive. Costa, as you know, 5-star, and Deeney, as you know, 3.5-star. For the reasons they are the club's goal scorers, they will get you goals and they will get you points, and for the prices that you pay for them, you can expect the same amount of points. So Costa will get the high range of points, whereas Deeney will still get you good points for the price you pay, but nowhere near as high as Costa. And that leaves you with the total score, and this person's team is totaled 55. Another 55. Let's move on to the second team. And we are back for team number 2. This is the guy's tweet on screen. I probably edited that into the first bit because I forgot to mention the guy's tweet. But this is the tweet I got, and this is his team. They start with the goalkeepers, Hennessy and Courtois. We've done both of these before. I believe Courtois was in the last team we did. But Hennessy gets you 1 star because he's not first team goalkeeper. Courtois gets you 5 stars because he is a first team goalkeeper, and a quality one at that. Moving on to the back 5, Lescott, Baines, Yoshida, Ivanovic and Stephen Taylor. Lescott is a very good signing. I got a confused person in the comments of the last video when I rated Olsen as 4. Hopefully he won't be back again because I rated Lescott at 4. And Lescott does have experience in the Premier League. £5 million gets you 127 points for a £5 million defender. That's quite a steal. When you look at where he is up here, you look at the team and you think, oh, hold on a minute, I've done that on price, not score. There you go. You do look at the players up there, you think, he's high up. He's above the Arsenal players and everything. And £5 million, I have another solid season under the big Welsh Tony Pulis. He could be another steal I would go and do another steal video, but I don't have the time at the moment. But he's definitely a steal at 5 million. That's why he's rated 4. And then we move on to Baines, 3.5 stars. I am again sticking to my guns. Quite a few people tell me that he should be 4 stars, but he's 3.5 stars. Simple reason, Everton were wobbly at the back, and I feel like if they're wobbly at the back, he won't quite warrant the score of a 4-star player for £6.5 million that you're going to fork out on him. Next, you've got Maya Yoshida. Now, at the moment, it's a strange one. I'm going with the fact that I'm thinking that Southampton will probably sign defenders. I mean, at the moment, you've got Font can play there, Yoshida can play there. I don't know who Martina is. I mean, he might be a centre-back. I'm not too sure. But for me, he is a 3-star player because if he's going to be average. They'll still have a good season. I feel like Southampton under Koeman, he'll definitely do a good job. But £4.5 million, and they might sign defenders as well. 3-star, possibly a bit lower if they do sign a centre back, and if that Martino is a centre back, you never know. Then we move on to Ivanovic. Let's just move on to Stephen Taylor. 5-star. Do I have to say anything? Best defender in the Premier League, point wise, skill wise, everything wise. And Stephen Taylor for £4 million, and that's a good pull for me. £4 million for a defender, Stephen Taylor. The only problem is that they're very weary at the back, and under new management, you're not sure. And Lascelles has come in. I believe he's a centre back from Nottingham Forest. They signed him, but loaned him back for the last season. Maybe he'll get integrated into the squad. He is £0.5 million more than Stephen Taylor. Maybe that is a sign of things to come. But £4 million, if he's a first-team player, you know, he'll get you points. £4 million, that's all you want. 2 points here and there just to swap him into the team if no one else can play. Now we move on to the midfield. You've got Henderson, Silva, Wanyama, Depay and Hazard. Henderson gets you £7 million, and once again, you know, do I have to say it? He's 4 stars. Gosh. And then we move on to Silva, who's been in the team before. He's 5 stars. Henderson is 4 and Silva is 5, for the simple reason that, you know, for the price you pay, they're quality players and they'll get you a lot of points this season. Mark my words. Mark my words right now. Record it. Make a GIFs don't have sound, do they? But make anything of it. Make a sound clip. Mark my words, they will get you points. Wanyama, he's been on the whole midfield probably. Actually, he's been on the show before. Wanyama gets you 3 stars, as too does Depay, gets you 3 stars too, because the price you pay, Wanyama will do a job, he'll get you points, he won't get you too many extra points, but he'll get you the decent amount of points, £4.5 million, quite a steal. And Depay, again, step up to Premier League from Eredivisie, might be a tough one. I feel like he'll struggle in his first season, but he might get down to grips straight away. He's had a good pre-season, so you never know. Hazard, 5 stars, quickest midfield review because we've done it before. What can I say? It's an average midfield with great players in there. Wanyama and Depay probably star-wise bring it down, but overall that midfield, if you had those 5 midfielders playing, you know, a 5 midfield, you got Hazard one side, Silva or Depay the other, then you got Henderson and Silva with Wanyama, you know, sitting just behind. That's a quite a good midfield. And up front, you got Berahino, Kane, and Deeney. Berahino and Kane are new, so we'll just say Deeney's 3.5 because for the price you pay and the goals he'll score, it's quite a decent return. But you never know with promoted clubs. Now Berahino, £6.5 million. I've rated him as 4-star. He was very good last season. Oh dear, not this again. Very good last season, right up there at the top, the 5th best point scoring striker. However, I feel like there are strikers that could get more this season, and also there's always rumours about his happiness levels at West Brom. He has spurts as well. He wasn't like getting a goal every few games. He was having a dull period and then a very good period. And I feel like people might, when he's having a dull period, swap him out. Whereas with this team, I think if Kane performs and Deeney performs, and you can easily keep Berahino, because if he's in a bad spot, hopefully those two will be scoring, and then when one of them comes out, hopefully he'll be scoring again. It's a very good system to have in your strikers. So Kane is a 4-star as well, because £9.5 million, he had a very good season last season. He is second there, as you can see. Fantastic. 27 goals, 7 assists, 6 clean sheets as well, but it doesn't matter if you're a striker. And simply put, I don't think he'll have I just think he'll still be a good striker, but not as good as he was last season. You saw, after his England debut, he dropped off a lot. If he was on target to get about 30 goals in the season, but he did drop off. I feel like this season he'll maybe get 10 plus, but he won't have the barnstorming season of last season. That's why it's 4-star for the price you pay. Maybe a bit too expensive. And of course, Deeney, you know, we've already gone through him, and that leaves this team with a whopping total of a 55.5. Now, I was surprised as you, because I thought the only way you could get that high is if you maybe got rid of Hennessy or any of your £4 million players for 4.5 or 5. But, you know, and easily you can do that. He's got £0.5 million spare. Let's say you want to get a £0.5 million goalkeeper, and you could maybe switch him out for maybe Speroni or Guzan, and that can get you an extra 3 points. So this team is probably one of the best teams I've seen. Point wise, you know, it could be, because, you know, you look at the 5 defenders, they're all strong. You know, if you've got Guzan in there, you've got goalkeepers that are going to play week in, week out. In the field, all 5 of them, you know, if Depay does live up and, you know, beats them, you know, me, then he'll get points. All 3 of the attackers will get points. It's a point-scoring team, and it's something that, you know, is very well put together. I have to admit, it's much better than the team I've got together at the moment. I might have to maybe copy your team. I'm not going to give any hints away, but he's got top of the leaderboard there. I'm not going to count his points for Guzan or anything, so he's got 55.5 points. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Sorry if this has been so rushed, or if it's a long, yeah, this is just a tester period. I'm not very good at doing 2 things in one. We'll see, and I can improve on next episode, episode 5. Don't know when it'll be out. Sorry about this being so late out from the weekend. Had a lot going on, been very tired. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, leave a like. Let me know anything in the comments down below, and subscribe if you feel like I'm worthy. Remember to send your teams in, tweet me at KurtYo, and if you want to join a head-to-head league, then go on my channel on the About page and drop me an email. But thank you guys for watching, and peace.